Greetings, everyone. Thanks for joining me for our daily devotions today. We want to talk about the glory of God. God has continued to demonstrate his glory. We see it throughout the Old and the New Testament as well. So, what is God's glory? God's glory is really his visible manifestation of himself on the earth. In the book of Isaiah, chapter 40, verse 5, it says, "And the glory of the Lord will be revealed, and all the people will see it together." In the Old Testament, when the glory came down, or God's presence was with man, dwelt with man, it is often referred to as the Shekinah glory. So, what is God's glory? God's glory really shows God's goodness. It demonstrates his nature and his character as a person. Let's read that in the book of Exodus, chapter 33, verse 18 to 23, and it says, "Then Moses says, 'Now show me your glory.' And the Lord said, 'I will cause all my goodness to pass in front of you, and I will proclaim my name, the Lord, in your presence. I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy, and I will have compassion on whom I will have compassion.' But he said, 'You cannot see my face, for no one may see me and live.' Then the Lord says, 'There's a place near me where you may stand on a rock. When my glory passes by, I will put you in a cleft in the rock and cover you with my hand until I pass by. Then I will remove my hand and you will see my back, but my face must not be seen.'" So when we talk about God's glory, he said, "I'll show you my goodness." Whenever we experience healing, provision, deliverance, that is really a demonstration of the glory of God. So Moses had a desire. He wanted to see the glory. He wanted to see God's face to face. Now, Moses had seen so many miracles. He had gotten the 10 Commandments, spent 40 days with God, but he wanted more. I want to encourage you, as I encourage myself, to personally cry out to see God's glory, to want more of God. And even as we go to the New Testament, Jesus is really the glory of God revealed. In John 1:14, it says, "And the Word was made flesh and dwelt among us, and we beheld his glory, the glory as of the only begotten of the Father, full of grace and truth." So Jesus' glory he had with the Father when he came to earth, it was not evident, it was hidden while he was here. His disciples got a little glimpse of it in Matthew chapter 17. Let's read that verse 2. It says, "There he was transfigured before them, and his face shone like the sun, and his clothes became as white as that light." Now that glory has been restored to him in John 17, verse 5, and it says, "And now, Father," Jesus prays, "glorify me in your presence with the glory I had with you before the world began." So he is now at the right hand of the Father, seated in glory. How do we respond now to Jesus? 2 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 18 says, "And we all, with unveiled faces, we can contemplate the Lord's glory. We're being transformed into his image with ever-increasing glory, which comes from the Lord, who is the Spirit." Let's read from the NLT. It says, "So all of us who have had that veil removed, we can see and reflect the glory of the Lord. And the Lord, who is that Spirit, makes us more and more like him as we are changed into his glorious image." So you and I can see his glory. Let's desire his glory. When we see him as he is, we become changed, we become more like him, and we can receive his glory in increasing measure, and our desires to become a carrier of his glory. We're looking forward to God doing great things as we desire the glory of God.